So, what's the difference between camping and glamping? Who said camping means you're roughing it? I like to think of it as simplifying things. This doesn't mean you have to be uncomfortable. I enjoy having some creature comforts while we're out and about. So, if that's the case, then yes, I prefer to go glamping. If you haven't figured out where we're going yet, we live in Arizona. So, whenever we want to get away, Sedona, here we come. Happy wife, happy life. At least that's what they say, right? So, this is the newest member of Off-Road Excitement. It's a Mars 13 tow-behind pop-up trailer, fully equipped with a shower and a bathroom, the requirements of the wife. I'm going to give you guys a quick look at it. Then I'm going to give you some of my opinions. I'm not going to show you how the thing opens up and sets up and everything. You could go onto their website to check that out. Alright guys, let's start up in front here. Great size box. Open it up. 2 propane tanks. You have brackets here on the side for jerry cans. I'm going to give you a closer look and give you my opinion about this box. Everything I'm showing you on the left side is the same as the right. Right now I have my extension cord and the hitch and bag and some other stuff in there. But this is a bracket to hold jerry cans. They have one on this side, one on the other side. The sun is right on that side, so I don't want to film on that side. But these brackets are welded into this big box. Just my opinion, again, I would prefer them if they were removable. Bolt it in, bolt out. If the customer needs them, they could take them out. There's a lot of useless space back there, wasted space, because of this big, bracket right here for the jerry can. I don't know, I'm thinking any rig that would require extra fuel, they would probably have it on their rig already, right? Definitely don't need to have extra water. The unit itself has, I believe, a 27-gallon freshwater capacity. It also has a gray tank and a black tank. Even here on the propane tanks, if you look back there, there is plenty of room for some extra storage. Obviously, just do not store anything that is flammable. And then here is the other jerry can rig, holder rather. I have the drain hoses stuffed in there right now. Again, a lot of space in here, but they kind of took it all up with those jerry can holders. Again, just me, just my opinion. The latches are pretty cool looking. They work well. They have a hasp on it, so you could lock it up. It is pretty solid. Again, a nice cabinet. Just a lot of wasted space in there. Let's look at the front of the trailer here. I'm going to open up that little door there. A lot of people seem to think that that was a window or something. It's not. It's just a very skinny, very shallow space for storage. Now, as you can see, it's not that deep. Up on top, I forgot my tape measure. Up on top, you got about 2 inches. On the bottom, you have about 8. It goes from one side to the other side. So it's nice storage for light stuff. Maybe those drain hoses. Maybe a couple of extra water hoses. Stuff like that. The only problem, I'm going to show you up close. Here's the up close view. See how they're shaped? A little odd. You have this shelf down here, and it goes all the way to the other side. Again, nice space for light stuff. However, I don't know if this is going to show up on video, but this shelf moves. It's not solid. It's flexible. And you see this edge right here? There's an open gap. with the frame, this is the front now, the frame, the aluminum, nothing is sealed. So, if you did store, let's say, wet drain hoses or something like that, and they dripped water, they'd be dripping water behind your cabinets. Besides dripping water behind your cabinets and everything, when I opened this hatch, I was expecting maybe everything to be a lot more solid, maybe sealed with some silicone, maybe even see a drain hose on one side of the other for potential leaks. I'll try to figure something out so that I could store stuff in there, but I do not want wet hoses draining and dripping behind the cabinets. Let's move on to a different spot of the trailer. So now I'm on the back side of the trailer, or the side of the trailer, because the sun is right on the other side. But I did want to show you, they have a nice awning here. I like the way the top pops up. This particular model also has an outdoor kitchen right there, which I'll show you in a little bit. Has a little step on the side, the windows that pop open. You can have privacy screens or bug screens. And then the back of this trailer, which is pretty cool, they do have a rack that holds 2 spare tires, but the back opens up approximately an additional 3 feet, giving you a king-size bed inside. How you do all of that, again, you could watch their video for that. I'm just kind of giving you a quick tour and my opinion of some possible things to expect. Now, let's take a look at the outdoor kitchen. Pretty cool. And most of the time, we will probably be cooking outside, unless it's raining or really, really cold. But if it's really, really cold, it's just gonna be me, because the wife won't come, and then I won't need all of this. But this is a nice outdoor kitchen. I did want to give you guys a view of the undercarriage at least. Totally independent suspension. It is made to go off-road. Each side has 2 shocks and a spring. It even has a chain there to prevent any over-articulation. It is pretty heavy duty. I haven't really tested it out yet, but I can't wait to. So right now I'm on the passenger side, and you can see again the king-size bed pop out, the spare tires. Over here you have the water heater that obviously heats your water when you're taking a shower, when you're washing the dishes. This is an outdoor shower. So if you come home from a hike or a trail and you're all muddy and stuff like that, or you have a dog like we do, you could give him a quick bath, wash his feet down and get all the mud off. But you have full electric hookup. You have some rock rails on all 4 corners. 31-inch tires come standard. Actually, 31-inch tires is all you get. You can't get any larger than that because there's absolutely no room in that wheel well. Also, on this rack that holds your 2 spare tires, which seems great, they leave you absolutely no extra room to get or hold larger tires. Even if you wanted to hold 1 tire for the trailer and 1 spare tire for your rig, as long as it's 31 inches or smaller, it'll fit. Back to the passenger side. You got a nice window there. You have a nice window here. Some of you guys might have noticed that piece of cardboard right there. So that piece of cardboard I did just to block the light, because you have a choice of all your exterior lights on or off. You don't have separate switches for separate lights, which would really be good in this situation, where you're 8 feet from somebody else at an RV park. So, to be nice, I kind of taped a cover on there. If nothing else, this one side should have a switch to turn on and turn off. Back on the driver's side, you can see over here, there's one light up front, on the front side, and the other light is directly over the kitchen. A lot of light. It looks really nice. Again, the other light on the other side though, way too much for your neighbor. Shall we go inside? So here we are. You open the door, and that's your first view. You have some cabinetry on this side. Right back here you have a full toilet and shower, some extra storage, refrigerator, some canopies. You got another sink and a stove top here, more cabinets, a little bench, and the king-size bed. They call this up here another bed for a child. Nope, not really. A young child maybe, but we're using it for storage right now. Let's get a closer look, because up front, right at the beginning, yeah, looks like there's a lot of storage. So these are the upper cabinets right when you walk in on the right side of the door. This is a slide-out drawer. Every place must have a junk drawer. That's ours. You always want to close it to make sure it clicks also. I'll deal with that later. This is a pretty nice sized cabinet. Not a cabinet. It's a nice control center, but not a cabinet. This is where all your switches are, all your fuses are. This is the water heater, so it tells you the temperature. This particular one, this remote, is in Celsius. It's not the one that's in the manual that they gave me, which shows you how to change it to Fahrenheit. So we haven't figured that out yet. Up here you have 3 gauges for your fresh water, your gray water, and your black water, so you know how full or empty they are. Then you have all your little switches here to turn things on and off. We have 4 solar panels up on the roof with 2 100 amp hour batteries underneath the bench. I'll show you that in a minute. You have your regular 120, you have some USB, and you have your 12 volt cigarette lighter, for those of you that are my age and remember cigarette lighters in a car. Let's turn around and look at the other side. Here we have our second kitchen. Stove. Sink. Pretty nice. We did dishes here this morning. Had everything drying out. If we back up just a little bit, refrigerator is pretty full, so I'm not going to open it. Just kidding. Little freezer up on top. Some beers. Jack. We're good. Right next to it, I got to do something with those hoses. Maybe even add another shelf in there. But we have some storage there. We have some storage underneath. Oh, no we don't. We have hoses. A very deceiving cabinet. I guess you can fit some stuff in there, just not too much. Now, let's go over to this other cabinet, which is deceiving. That's your electrical panel. You're not storing anything in there. Now, this cabinet has some potential. It comes with a wardrobe rod, or a rod to hang up your clothing, because everyone has shirts and pants that needs to be hung up when they're off-grid and off-road. I'll probably add 1 or 2 shelves in there and take out that bar. Right now, we're still kind of getting used to everything. Let's go over to this side, which are kind of just cubby holes. Paper towels, regular towels, toilet paper, but this goes back the depth of the cabinet, or the countertop actually. Let's go back to this side. Underneath the power panel, we have these 2 cabinets. Now these 2 cabinets, pretty nice size, and pretty usable. But all in all, I would probably say these are the only 2 cabinets that are actually really usable. You guys ready to take a look in there? So the main reason why we got this is so that Carmela and I could spend a little bit more time together, and I'd love to travel the States, hit all the national parks, but the wife said, no problem. All I want is a toilet and a shower. I can't really blame her. That is convenient, especially when you wake up in the middle of the night and you just gotta go. Now, to the king-size bed. Right below there is the heater, and tonight we'll turn it on and see how well it works. I did test it though, just to make sure, because last night when we arrived here, we arrived just in time to set everything up before it got dark. So anyway, you can see here how everything is. It's 2 mattresses, so that mattress comes on top of this mattress, and then all of the walls and everything folds down like you're playing Tetris, and it closes up. The spare tires are back there, so it's only the width of this mattress, which is still fine. Great window on this side, window back there, window on this side. They add a lot of light. However, I'm not sure if they did this correctly or not. But one design, or one possible improvement, would just be this square right here. I'm assuming this is what holds the screen here and the privacy screen there. So if you go like this, you have your privacy. If you go like this, you have your screen. If you click this, you have nothing. Then you could push the window out and get some fresh air in here. However, just my thought, but what if I want some privacy, but I also want ventilation? Yes, we do have a lot of ventilation on the pop top, but what if I wanted some from the window? I'm thinking this whole thing could be flipped around 180 degrees. Let's have the screen on top, the privacy part on the bottom. So if I did that and it was flipped, I'd have the bottom half private for my privates, and I'd have the top half still being ventilated for some fresh air. What do you think? You think this is good this way? Or should we flip it over and give it a shot? Please let me know in the comments. Now, this side. This is a shelf that comes with a mattress up there. And obviously this is like, you pop it up so a young child wouldn't fall down and land on mom and dad. However, my son is grown and out of the house, and he ain't fitting up here anyway. He's married with his own wife. Anyway, right now we're using it as a shelf for our bags and some other stuff. This is a cool little thing here. Not the mirror, what I'm going to show you. Let me move the water. I'm trying to pronounce water with an R because of my accent. I would normally say water. But this comes down here, and there it is, set up. They say they gave you that so that you could, I don't know, put some dishes there to dry, because there's not really a lot of countertop. or if you have a really tall young child. I don't know. I'm still debating whether I'm going to keep it or remove it. And just like that, the shelf is closed. Anyway, back to the shelf. Back to the bed. In my previous videos, you might have remembered I'm fun-sized. I'm about 5'5". So is the wife. We fit in here nice, heads up by that back window, feet over here. We're pretty comfortable. I have a couple of extra inches. Yeah, if you're tall, you're not going to fit here. Again, I forgot my actual tape measure, but I'll get back to you on the measurements. This is the stove top and sink. You have a little bit of room here. I believe I showed this all to you. Close this up. Close this up. These are glass. It would be really nice if we had something to protect that and be able to use this whole thing for a countertop. I'll see if I can figure something out. Let's take a look at the bench. It does come with a wedge pillow right here that is the same length as the whole bench. We took it out thinking maybe Monty would sleep there, or maybe Monty would sleep here. He slept here. So we took that out for no reason. Anyway, let me remove the cushion, and I'll show you the batteries and everything else set up in there. Just like that, cushion's gone. Let's open this up. So, in here we have two 100 amp hour batteries, solar controller, a whole bunch of different things that I'm not familiar with, and a little bit more of some wasted space. We'll figure out something to do with that. Maybe I'll turn this 90 degrees, keep it on this side, and have a little bit of extra space there. Not sure yet. This is the actual top of the wheel well, so there's not much I could be doing there as far as drilling into it. Hit one nice bump and the screw will go right into the tire. Ha ha. Anyway, let's close this up. So far the only modification I've done to this trailer is add those two anchor points there so I could put my anchor solar battery charger there and strap it down. Still haven't figured out what that thing is yet. In the corner. That's the thermostat for the heater. Did I mention we have air conditioning? There's the air conditioner up on top. So between air conditioning and heater, we're good to go. Oh yeah, and the bathroom. So now I'm laying down in the bed. We have a TV. A TV. If you want to get away from everything, why would you want a TV? I don't get it. But it's something to do. Also, one thing which is pretty nice, above the inside kitchen, we do have a vent that has a fan for exhaust and a little light. That light is pretty bright actually. Let me see here. Yeah, that light does light up the whole thing. But the interior lights in general definitely light up the cabin of this trailer. So, for those of you that are wondering, why are we in an RV park when we have a trailer like this? Well, this is our maiden voyage. We figured, let's stay close to home. Let's keep a list of what we need, what we don't need, what we might have forgotten, and what we still need to purchase. Anyway, everything's going good so far. Everything seems to work except the water heater. The power's on, the gas is on. I've read the manual 3 times. Still can't figure out why it's not lighting. I'm gonna check it out. I'll give you an update on whether or not it is lighting. Think I figured it out. Anyway, we're having fun. We're not taking it off-road. I wanted to first verify everything works. It's good to have the 30 amp hookup. We did get the anchor to see if I could use the air conditioning without a 30 amp hookup out in the wild. If not, we may have to pick up one of those portable air conditioners. That's probably the same price as the Anchor. Probably should have bought that first. Anyway, who knew? If you have any questions, please ask me in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So far, we like the Mars 13. We bought it at the Overland Expo in Flagstaff. We had to go to California and pick it up. We had a couple of issues so far. I wasn't too happy with that, but everything's still under warranty. They replaced one of the support legs in the corner. And then also there was an issue with the air conditioning and the roof. The unit itself wasn't squeezed or torqued down tight enough. There was a little water issue that we had, but everything's been fixed. So even though they're a little hesitant, they honor the warranty. Let's see how else everything else goes. So far, I'm happy with it. We'll see how it goes.